And welcome everyone to the comic multiverse where the worlds of nerd meet. Matt, we're starting right at 10 o'clock, which I don't think we actually have in a while.
I never actually looked at the time. Yeah, right on 12. That's amazing.
Boom, couldn't have done it better if we tried. Also, apologies for my shitty video quality right there. There's a huge storm in the air right now. Matt is hosting. I didn't have internet an hour ago and we almost postponed the show, but I didn't want to do that.
Yeah, so if there's like lag in the stream, it's because I'm actually hosting the Skype call and the stream at the same time, so my internet's like at capacity at the moment.
Yeah, we once again appreciate Matt for all the things he does to make this show happen. I don't know what the fuck is. Well, I know exactly what it is. It's been 32 goddamn degrees here for the last couple days, so naturally one extreme leads to another, and there's probably going to be an ungodly thunderstorm soon that's going to fuck with the internet and the towers and everything.
Oh yeah. Here, whenever it gets really hot, you can guarantee you there's a big storm coming.
I really didn't think we'd be able to have one here. It kept going in and out, and I felt like I was on the freaking Lost Island trying to get a message to Matt. Matt, if I'm not there at 10, go on without me. I'm not being a dick, Matt. The internet's just not working. But, it wouldn't have been the worst, because I could have done what I'm sure everyone else was doing this week, and I could have played more Last of Us 2.
Yeah, you could have. You could have finished it like I did.
Yo, Digio, you've actually beaten it now, so you're on the other side.
Yeah, I'm on the other side, and I'm probably going to go back into it because the game has a New Game Plus option.
I saw that, yeah. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of stuff because, there's so many branching paths and everything there for upgrades. I'm like, there's no way you could do all of this in one pass.
No.
Though you do a fair lot, which is pretty interesting.
I thought I was definitely because I've been opening the safes and stuff, and I thought surely I've opened them all. Apparently I haven't. Apparently I missed two.
Interesting. There's also a lot of stuff too. They kind of changed the flow of the game where the first Last of Us is, very linear and everything. This one they really prize exploration and scavenging more than anything else, where it's like here's your ultimate goal and here's a bunch of buildings you can investigate along the way, and because I am so obsessive compulsive, you better believe I checked every single one.
Oh yeah. That first part you get into the semi-open world where you've got to go to I got to go to that dome building. I went and checked every building that was on that map, and you mark them off as you go.
Very, very fun system. I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
I think you and I too, Matt, we may be in the minority here in that we liked the game, and I think I'm an even bigger minority. I didn't have anything spoiled for me. People tried to spoil stuff for me left, right, and center. In fact, even a fan of this show was like, hey, did you guys read the spoilers? And I'm like, no, get away from me with those.
we get that every now and then, and I'm like, I don't care, but why are you sharing that with me? I don't care.
I mean, obviously, some stuff from the discourse, was inescapable. I know people were like, oh, it's so much darker than the first game. It's so much more morose and brutal. Honestly, at the 25% mark you were telling me, I don't feel that. I don't think it's particularly any darker than Children of Men or any other apocalypse movie in the same genre. Am I wrong? Does it get more fucked up?
I mean, it kind of, but at the same time, it still stays the same. It goes at a logical progression. It's of course it went there.
I mean, maybe I'm just jaded to all the bloodshed and everything, but when people tell me it's particularly dark and horrifying, I'm thinking they're like, oh god, is it Human Centipede levels? Is it a Serbian film levels? No.
I did find it funny, and I have to agree with Jim Sterling at this, where he says the game was made to make you feel like it's bad to kill all these people and everything, and it's no, it's fun. It's absolutely fun blowing the leg off a cult member and waiting for his friends to come for him. So you can kill them with dynamite.
I'm glad we agree on this, Matt, because again, I just got to the point now where you get the mines and everything, and I truly think this is the greatest Jason Voorhees game ever made, because it's ooh, I picked that guy off with an arrow, ooh, then I rigged his corpse with a landmine, then I backed off, let his friends blow up, and then came on in with a machete and hacked up the rest, and I'm like, dude, forget violence being bad, this is a fucking blast, what are you talking about?
It's fucking awesome.
Furthermore, too, I think there's like one time in the game where like one of the Mook henchmen was like, "Oh, please don't," and I'm like, "You were trying to kill me a minute ago.
Yeah.
Of course you're dead." It's
Yeah.
not like it's not like you're killing innocent people or anything. All
No.
the deaths I have seen so far have been super justified, either Ellie
Oh, yeah.
protecting herself or protecting someone else.
Oh yeah. Both sides are both wrong and right. Where it's like, yeah, of course they're going to defend themselves, but of course they're killers, so you have to kill them.
I mean, I suppose you could always justify that. It's like, well, even going into that situation, I feel like that's going to be the big theme moving forward, even before I've got there. I'm like, all right, okay, you're trying to say something on the nature of revenge and duality and all this other good stuff. Okay. Also, the PS Vita. I got to that part.
You know, they were only allowed to include the PS Vita as if it didn't get broken in the game. Which is
That's
why when
hilarious.
you kill the person with the PS Vita, it just like kind of falls on the ground and stays on.
That's fucking hilarious. And it's Hotline Miami in there, which made me laugh. I'm like, where do I know that song from? Now, that's a brutal, fucked up game right there, Hotline Miami, and that's with, really low-tier graphics and everything.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I won't spoil much more than that. I've been enjoying The Last of Us 2, which
Yeah,
I guess puts me in the minority.
Great game.
Yeah. I'm lucky it was not spoiled for me, so I can come in a little fresher, not to finger wag the general video game community or anything, but I'm like, was all this hate just born of the fact that you spoiled it for yourself and then you decided you didn't like it after that, even though you all still bought it?
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Yeah, and they all still bought it because it sold like 4 million copies in the first week or something.
So I guess nothing changes. I guess life just moves on. And yes, as Zeke in the chat says, Vita means life. Yes, it does. But it had a very short life, the Vita. Life is fleeting. That's what the Vita teaches us. What else? What else did you do this week, Matt? Anything fun?
Not really. I just kind of like finished up like a couple of TV shows that I'd like started to watch and just kind of like ticking them off my list sort of thing.
Nice. I wish I got more shows to watch. I really haven't. Although I did put 4 hours aside to placate the whatchamacallit, the inner drama child inside me. And oh, thank you, Pat Senior. I saw that, my inner drama kid, because I watched Hamilton for 4 hours there. And if I may be a Hamilton hipster for a little bit, I listened to the cast recording before I saw the movie.
Well, I saw the movie and it's the first time I saw it, and I'd like obviously heard all you know, the songs and everything, and yeah, I liked it. I'm not particularly too into theater, and I could see why people like it so much. But yeah, I thought it was pretty good. King George, like little pieces were really funny.
Oh god, he's the fucking best. He owns that shit. He's so good. Yeah, I mean, Hamilton, if you are not a fan of musical theater, I don't think it will change your mind, but if you are a fan of musical theater, then you owe yourself to see it. Also, if you have the Disney Plus app, you probably owe it to yourself to see it because they don't get a ton of new content.
Yeah, no, they don't. This is like the first bit of new content in quite a while.
I saw a hilarious tweet that I hope comes to pass. It was someone saying, man, you just know the people at Netflix woke up this morning and they're like, Hamilton did what in viewership? And it's a what? It's a musical? What, really? They just paid to watch their cast record? Seriously? Get the Hadestown people on the phone. Get anyone on the phone you can. We're buying all the musicals now.
Well, I think Netflix tried to buy this because the people behind Hamilton optioned it out to all these places, and I think Disney came in and they bought it. Like, it cost them $10 million to produce this, the Hamilton people, and then they sold it to Disney for like $75 million.
Right. It probably helped too that Lin-Manuel Miranda has a good working relationship with Disney already, because I don't know if he wrote the songs for Moana or he did cleanup on some of the songs for Moana, but I know he was involved in it.
Yeah, he was also in that new Mary Poppins movie.
That's right, he was. Man, what a fucking story from that guy to be like, yo, I made myself famous because I made the biggest Broadway musical ever. Like, when does that happen? When does someone get famous because of a Broadway musical? Like, never. That never happens.
Never.
And it's even better because do you know like the origin of like how he eventually said, oh, I'm gonna make a musical about Hamilton?
How's that?
He did a musical before, I can't remember the name of it, but basically it was the story of his life, his own life being an immigrant, coming to New York, etc., etc. And, like, in the broad strokes, it was exactly the same as Hamilton, but no one gave a fuck about him. So he's like, fine, I bet if I made it about an old white guy, you would all like it. So he made it about Hamilton, and everybody liked it. So fucking good on him, man. Good on him. But yes, everyone, welcome to the Comic Multiverse. It is a comic book show where we also talk about video games and theater this time, because why not?
Now we talk about theater.
Yeah, I promise that ain't gonna be a trend moving forward unless they make another Spider-Man musical.
We should, like, watch that. Like, surely there's, like, a recording of that online somewhere.
I think there is, Matt, and I think you're right. I think that needs to be everyone's Christmas gift. I think we need to watch Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark. You're right. Oh, man, I bet we could just show it, too. I bet no one would give a shit. Everyone's so embarrassed in that. I bet no one would claim copyright.
Yeah.
Matt, you're onto something. You're a thinking man. You're a genius. That's going to be the next thing, everyone. We're totes going to do Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark. Sing along if you know the words. What, you don't know the words? Because why would you? But, yes, we actually do have a fair smattering of news that happened in This Week in Comics. There was basically no new comics this week. I like both DC and Marvel. We're like, we're not really putting anything out this week.
Yeah. Well, there was a couple of DC ones, a couple of cool DC ones, but yeah, there was like this was just like one of those weird weeks that you usually get any other time of the year where it's like an odd week.
At the end of the month, usually. Also, too, I heard some people saying, like, oh, this had something to do with this is the first week that, like, DC is officially changing over from Diamond, so, like, that's why.
I thought it might be, yeah.
But, yeah, we actually got a couple more stories there. Actually, did I write that down in my news pile? Okay, cool. Well, we have a related story on that, but you'll all have to wait to hear the related story. First up, we have the biggest piece of news that hit this week, and honestly, Matt, I didn't believe this was real when I read this. I'm like, you're fucking with me. There's no way this is real.
I know, it's pretty big. It's pretty big.
It seems improbable, not impossible, but improbable, and that is that the Alien and the Predator are headed to Marvel Comics now.
Yeah. In a way, it kind of makes sense since they're 20th Century Fox properties, and I imagine that also includes the comic rights as well, since they were movie first.
Yup.
So yeah, this is pretty big.
And I'm sure somewhere at Dark Horse, an editor there is just banging his fucking head against the wall. Why? Why don't you just take
what do we have now?
Why don't you just take my fucking blood while you're at it? But yeah, the Predator and the Alien are coming to Marvel, and you're probably thinking, that sounds ridiculous. And then it's like, yeah, people probably thought it was ridiculous when Conan came, but they took really good care of him, and they've been taking really good care of Star Wars in comic form this whole time, that they're even getting a whole new chapter in Star Wars history. And I mean, it's like, fuck, could they do worse than the last couple movies did for these franchises?
Yeah, really. But yeah, I'm super excited for this, not just because of what stories they could tell just with like the Predator and the Alien, but like they've also sort of hinted at, oh yeah, they'll probably be involved in the Marvel universe, as with the art that's now on the screen with the Predator and the Avengers Tower and the Alien in the Milano.
Holy shit. Again, that right there, that's just a fucking story. The Guardians of the Galaxy investigate a derelict spaceship. Oh no, there's aliens here.
Yeah, you could do so much cool shit. I said you got to do one where it's like Venom versus the Alien, and it's written by Donny Cates.
You know he'd clean that one up. Ooh, another one. The Predator goes to the Savage Lands and hunts some shit in the Savage Lands. Boom, money please.
Yeah, or the Predator versus Kraven.
Boom. There you go. Again, money please. Just money please for all these ideas. And that's also crazy too, because that means, much like Conan, when it comes time again to make movies, it's like, are these connected to the Marvel universe? Maybe, if we want them to be.
If we want them to be.
I think this, more than anything else, speaks volumes about, where Marvel is at as a company and where Disney's mindset is at. and that is that, the future, it will not be paved with gold. It will be paved with intellectual properties. He who controls all the intellectual properties will control the world, even if they're intellectual properties that have been stagnating for years. Just the fact that you have the Predator and being like, yo, the Predator can show up here now, and the alien can show up here now, people will lose their goddamn mind.
Yeah, like, holy shit, like, it's pretty awesome what they would be able to do this. And also, like, does this mean we can also hopefully maybe get like some Star Wars stuff with that? Because you could do some like really cool shit with this. Like have like Boba Fett go up against the Predator.
Man, that's the stuff fan fictions, man. Also, thank you, Dick Champion, for that. Also, I'm happy I got to say the word Dick Champion. It's worth getting demonetized on YouTube. Dick Champion. Man, I reviewed the new Doom Patrol episode this week, which was called Sex Patrol, and like, fucking God help me, I have to put that in a tag. YouTube's just waiting to take money out my goddamn pocket.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, how are people going to review this episode? It's very, very... you won't be able to monetize that.
Also, Robot Man's taking Robo-Ecstasy, so goddamn it, we got sex and drugs in the same episode. Fuck.
And dancing with sex demons.
Yeah, really, it's just impossible, man. Also, you showed the female orgasm on screen, which we scrutinize much harder than anything else for some reason. So take that. No yellow check marks for you. But no, seriously, Alien and Predator in the Marvel Universe is friggin' sick, and it seems to be that they're even more in than Conan is in right now, because the deal with Conan is that there's like a trust, like the Conan Creative Trust, that oversee what the character does, where he goes, and basically they entered in a deal with Marvel where it's like, well, you guys have a great infrastructure and people like your characters and everything, let you write Conan, and then if we don't like it, we can take it back, and we'll just like keep re-upping this deal every year.
Yeah. This seems like, this was like a wholesale sort of deal. Yeah. Where they just like get the characters, and I guess maybe like the people who created them maybe get like a credit or something.
Assuming they even still own them to begin with. That's always the dirty secret of Hollywood. The people who make the stuff you love rarely retain ownership. Now, here would be some crazy shit. It's getting to the point now where Marvel has so many characters from other places, they could create a team that's literally just the Predator, the Alien, Conan, Ultraman from the Tokusatsu stuff in Japan. I'm trying to think who's another weird-ass person that they own. Well, technically the Men in Black, because they own Malibu Comics, so there you go.
I'd say maybe Angela. She's technically a Spawn character.
There you go. We put them all together on one team, and their logo is just a middle finger, just to fuck you. We own these. We own your life.
They're called the Intellectuals.
Oh my God! There you go. The dark web intellectuals. Man, I fucking love that, Matt. That's $1 million idea right there. By God, it's happening, dude. It's like, get Jerry Duggan off Savage Avengers. Get him writing this shit.
Yeah, this could be like this is the third chapter of his of their No Road Home saga that they're telling. It's like, and now the Predator is now involved somehow.
Oh my God, what do you call that? We had No Surrender, No Road Home, no Scream in Space. I don't know.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh my God, the next one, it's even more cosmic, and yes, the Predator and the Alien are involved somehow, and that's how we like get it all in there. That's fucking amazing. Oh my God. I'm so excited. Like, I shouldn't be, because it's just like, yo, more intellectual property under one hand. I'm like, yo, but fucking the Predator, though.
Now, I wonder if this actually only includes, like, the Alien and the Predator. Like, we're not going to have, like, a comic where suddenly, like, Arnold Schwarzenegger's Dutch shows up to, like, aid the Avengers or something.
Which would be pretty fucking dope.
That would be pretty fucking cool. He recently came back in that new Predator game.
That's right, and he's like a cyborg. Also, too, when we stop and think about it, there's like whole worlds of stuff in the Alien and Predator comic that like never made it into the movies.
Oh yeah.
So there's definitely places they could take it with that one. But yeah, honestly, I'm just excited at the prospect of reading an Alien/Predator story that might actually be good.
Yeah, the one thing though I'm really disappointed at is that Dark Horse are recently going to do a Predator book that was based on the original screenplay, where the Predator was like a weird like praying mantis creature sort of thing. But because of this, that actually got cancelled, which is a shame because apparently they'd already done 3 issues. Like they already had 3 issues ready to print.
Oh, that's a shame. I'm sure it'll sit in a drawer somewhere till they're allowed to put it out again.
Yeah.
Someone in the chat said the Alien Queen versus the Brood Queen. Who would win? Exactly who?
Probably the alien.
They're gonna let you pay $3.99 to find out the answer to that question. You better goddamn believe it. Trust me, every matchup, every question you has, Marvel has already thought, and you can pay for it.
And it also, cause like the alien like inherits traits of like of who it like bursts out of the chest. You could have like mutant aliens, so like aliens that like have like fucking Wolverine claws, or like inhuman aliens or something like that.
Or just a healing factor. If the alien got a healing factor. Oh my god. That's the event, Marvel Alien Nation. Oh my god. The xenomorph comes to Earth and it bursts out of Deadpool, so now it has a healing factor, but they're also really annoying sometimes. And then so they have to get a team together of everyone that has healing factors led by Wolverine, and they send them into the alien nest to blow it up, and it's fucking cool.
There you go. It comes out of Wolverine, so it's got like its skin is now like adamantium silver, and it's like it's just fucking immortal basically.
Matt, everything we say is just just too much, man. What we're saying is the sky is the limit. Oh my god, then the Predator joins the Avengers.
He gets an Iron Man armor.
Because why the fuck not? Yeah, that's the thing too. It's like Predator's technology is high tech compared to everything else in the world. But if Iron Man fought the Predator, Iron Man would be like, "Oh, that's cute. You have a little thing you throw. Oh,
yeah. Oh, you've got a wrist nuke. Oh."
I started with that when I was 12. Oh man, and then like Iron Man just totally beats the piss out of the Predator, so the Predator gets like his own Rocky montage where he's got to train to be better, faster, stronger.
He goes to Kunlun and learns the immortal Iron Fist.
Hearts on fire, strong. Jesus. And then they of course buy the rights to the Rocky character, and then
have Rocky fight him on the moon.
Oh my god! Again, who does own the rights? I'm assuming Sylvester Stallone owns the rights to Rocky still.
He does, because he's still writing movies for the character.
And Sylvester Stallone is in the Marvel Universe now, so, I mean... They just put that in his next contract. Hey, Sly, we're getting you for the next Guardians. Just sign on the dotted line. Ha-ha, we own Rocky now. You can have Rambo still, no one cares. Though, Punisher versus John Rambo, though.
We're full of ideas, Marvel. You just need to call us.
Yeah, really. We'll happily write. Oh, God, when this news came in, frickin' all those writers were tripping over themselves. I have a pitch! Oh, my God, I've been writing this since I was 13. Listen to me, I have a pitch. Well, moving on from this, because Matt and I could fucking talk about this shit all day long, we have another piece of news, although not too far from the Marvel cosmic scene, and that is they're teasing another new event that's going to be spinning out of the pages of the Venom book. They haven't said how big it is, but they've said Knull is coming. He's coming big, and he's coming strong, and it's already leaking a little bit on the screen, as you can see.
Yeah, he's... obviously this is like going to be a follow-on from like Absolute Carnage and all that sort of stuff, where we actually saw the like giant weird cosmic dragon Knull just obliterating planets on his way to Earth.
So this is clearly going to be a whole universe problem.
Yeah, and I imagine this is probably going to come right at the end of Empire. It's going to be the thing they're going to like finish up with. I imagine I could see it happen where we get the whole Empire story, and like all the people involved in Empire, the Kree, the Skrulls, all of them have to team up to fight Knull.
And maybe everyone will get a good guy symbiote.
Mm-hmm.
Because why would you do this story if not to give everyone their own Power Ranger symbiote set?
Yeah, all different colors.
Exactly, there you go. So Knull is coming in 2020. He's coming hard, and unlike when Bendis was coming, you might be satisfied when this is all said and done. Because by and large, Johnny Cates has been writing a pretty solid Venom book, and I'm cool with letting him take the reins on the next big event.
Yeah, he seems to love the characters, so like, yeah, why not?
Sure does, sure does. What else do we got going on here? So again, I mentioned Dark Horse before, and I mentioned Diamond and the weird labyrinthian distribution deal that's going on right now. But Dark Horse this week was the first to kind of pick their head up out of the sand and say what a lot of us have been waiting to hear from all these companies, and that is that Dark Horse, despite everything that's going on, is vowing to stay with Diamond.
Yeah, well, like, who else are they gonna go with? I imagine that now that they've lost, like, Alien and Predator, they've lost, like, a huge, like, chunk of their, like, revenue, I guess. So, like, they probably don't have enough money to, like, make their own.
Now, the funny thing about this article is, they're talking to the president of Dark Horse, whose name escapes me at the moment, but, the headline of this seeks to say, yeah, we're staying with Diamond through thick and thin. We're going to go down with the shit, man. We ride or die for Diamond, motherfucker. Although, if you actually read the article, it's more like, we're assessing and we're looking and, and we're trying to understand from multiple different sides. And, for the time being, we have no plans to move away from Diamond, but every day is a new day, and if opportunities present themselves, so basically it's a wait and see approach they're taking.
Isn't like the comic industry so weird with stuff like this? Because like we got DC who's doing those DC digital first books, and they seem to be doing very well because we're getting new ones almost every week, new books and everything. So like it's just so weird that like other companies don't want to admit that was right of them to do, like that they don't want to admit that they were wrong in saying, oh, digital is wrong, we can't do these books digital, yet you clearly can, and there is an audience for them.
It's almost like it's everything we fans have been yelling at for a long time now, and thank you for following in the chat right there. I just saw that. It's almost like what we fans have been yelling about forever, and that is like, yes, we know you don't want to hurt mom and pop shops, yada yada yada, but the mom and pop shop won't make it out of our lifetime. In fact, as we've seen with the coronavirus, most of these mom and pop shops probably aren't going to make it the next couple months.
No.
Which that's really horrible, and that hurts me because I have had some very nice memories in comic shops, but it was a bad business model that was never going to survive, and now, due to extenuating, world-changing, virus-related circumstances, we've seen that, the comic shop model was not working, and there are better avenues now, like the DC digital market that has done so well, they're actually adding books to it now.
Yeah, and adding books that, like, wouldn't survive in a physical realm, media, like the one I read about, like, Green Lantern, and now like the Legion of Superheroes, stuff like stories like that wouldn't survive in the physical realm, but in digital they have a market because they can reach more people.
And it's shit that people want. People want to read Legion of Superheroes that feel like the old stuff. People want to read an old-timey Titans. People want to read The Spectre if they can. Shit, they put out a goddamn Scooby-Doo one, which made me laugh. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
So yeah, digital is working. Everything is changing. I think people only mention this Dark Horse thing because they really want to hear what Marvel is going to do, is the big thing.
Yeah, because we know Marvel cancelled or cut down 1/3 of their book stuff, and it's very obvious because I think this week they had one book. Yeah, and I think next week's a little bit more because I know my X-Men's are starting back up, which is good.
Yay.
But yeah, it's just so strange that they have been so quiet in all of this and done literally nothing.
They're probably doing their due diligence too. They probably have their money men and accountants looking into it, and they're like, okay, can we get our own infrastructure going now that DC has partnered with Midtown Comics and done all this other stuff? We can't do the same thing they did, or at least not at the same volume, so I don't know.
They'd be smart to, I'm sure I've said it before, they'd be smart to say hey, we have Disney Plus. We'll open a new comic section in association with Marvel Unlimited, and put out specialty books on there and stuff.
Right. It is one of those weird situations where it's God damn it, we have so many things now. We've got our shit tied up in so many different deals. We probably have to wait for certain deals to lapse.
Yeah.
That's the other thing too, because I know DC said no right around the time I think their contract was up anyway, and I don't know if DC and Marvel are on the same timetable for re-signing. But again, I'm wondering too, is Marvel just waiting and biding time until their contract is up?
Probably, maybe.
Because if they were going to leave, they're not going to cause like a major stir or a major panic in the industry by going like, oh yeah, we're leaving too.
Yeah, they'd wait and see. They're probably waiting for the deal to lapse and then waiting for like maybe like a quarterly report from like DC and like how their sales went without and like kind of compare them.
And from an image point of view, too, I'm sure Marvel doesn't want to be the bad guy. They don't want to be the one being like, oh, by your leaving, you killed Diamond, and, you hurt all these stores, and da-da-da-da-da. I'm sure they don't want to be that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Though eventually it's like ripping off a Band-Aid. You're going to have to be that guy eventually.
Yeah.
I mean, just friggin' points to DC for being the first one through that door. I was not expecting them to do that.
No, not at all.
Especially, at a day and age where it's like, DC, I'm not loving a lot of your books right now, but good business choice, guys. Now give me more things I want to read that's not just like Suicide Squad. And the new Batman, I guess, and anything Tom Taylor is doing. In fact, Dead Planet 3 comes out this week, doesn't it?
Yep.
So that's good. So look forward to that. Speaking of DC news, that leads us to a topic, Matt, that I feel you and I almost wished into existence when we talked about it last week. Then literally a day after that, I saw Twitter blowing up, and I'm like, you dream it, you do it.
Yeah.
So Scott Lobdell took to Instagram last week. I guess it's last week now because it's Sunday, and he wrote a very teary, very wistful goodbye, saying what I think a lot of people had already rumored, that he will be done with Red Hood as of issue 50. And this caused quite a few stirs amongst Twitter, where a lot of the women that he has been sexually harassing over the years within the industry are like, bull fucking shit that he gets to do this to me and then leave under his own power. Because, I mean, obviously, as we'd seen with Cameron Stewart and Warren Ellis and a bunch of other people in the comic industry, there was a real conceited effort there to be like, hey, let's maybe try and do something about all the sex perverts in our industry, of which Lobdell has always been known to be one. It's no secret.
And people kept calling him out like, why are these people getting cancelled when Scott Lobdell is right there and we've known about him for months, people have known about him for years, and why is he still, he should have been like the first to go.
Yeah, he should have been. Why does he get to finish his book under his own power and leave under his own terms? If I had to guess, probably the fact that, again, he's friends with Bob Harris, a man whose last name, if you had dyslexia, would literally read Bob Harass. That's neither here nor there. I just thought I'd bring that up. But yeah, I'm sure a friendship with Bob Harris helped him, and has helped him for the better part of a decade. Again, DC has employed a well-known abuser for at least a decade now. Fucking oops. Also, too, this idea, too, of being like, you're done, you're fired, but you're soft fired. Finish the work you had done for us, because this still makes money, and we want to make money off Red Hood. Actually reminds me very much to the two other times this happened. Eddie Berganza from the Superman office, where they more just, like, stealthily let him go after, like, years' worth of accusations against him.
Mm-hmm.
They still let him finish up, and perhaps the other much more much more well-known case, although the specifics were a little different, a man whose name rhymes with Schman Schmiver, who also got soft fired in the finish what you're doing for us, and then we're just not going to hire you again. And the fact that we're not going to hire you basically means no one else in the industry is going to hire you right now. And that kind of seemed to be why he was being so wistful and so whiny in his big Instagram goodbye there. He's like, oh, I'm finishing up my freelance work and da-da-da. I'm like, you're never getting hired anywhere else, are you? This is the end for you.
The funniest thing is he wrote a line there about like, oh, I wrote a story about like a damaged man or something. I'm like, oh, you're talking about yourself here. You're not talking about like the characters. This is yourself talking.
His exact words were, a damaged man who was trying to be better and everything. Like, big fucking problem right there, Scotty. Jason Todd was not a victimizer. He was a victim. He didn't choose to get killed with a crowbar. He didn't choose to be brought back to life by the Lazarus Pit. Just like all those women you sexually harassed also didn't ask for it. I know consent is a problem for you, but let's learn.
Yeah, it felt very like me, and yeah, it sucks that he gets to like finish up. But yeah, as you said, like he basically says he's retiring on his own terms, and like, oh no, you mean you're just not going to get hired by anyone? You're going to become fucking comic gate idiot or something.
Guy, yeah, I know. Like, what's the over under on that, Matt? What's our ETA on that? How much money you want to throw down? He's going to start a YouTube channel or a podcast soon.
Oh, we'll see. Like a what is it? A fucking Kickstarter or something for some fucking right wing comic that it's a parody or something. You know.
Of course, it's my new thing, the Crimson Hoodie. It's very different. It's very different, and I need $50,000 now and $50,000 later, and maybe I'll give you a pin, maybe.
Yeah, maybe I'll give you a book. Maybe, I don't know. If I feel like it.
I don't know, something like that. I don't know. Again, he's no spring chicken. Again, the dude was in the industry for a very long time, assuming that he saved his money, which I don't fucking know if he did. Again, the way I was always told is that he charged like $20 for signatures at signings.
Oh, fuck him, man. Who would want $20
I know.
Scott Lobdell signature?
Like,
Jesus Christ.
Like, I mean, maybe if you were a big fan of his X-Men, but it's like, dude, that was like over 20 fucking years ago now. You peaked over 20 years ago. Here's the other thing that gets me, where he's like, oh, I'm ending my freelance status. I'm like, you wrote like over 100 issues of Red Hood as a freelancer? Whoa. Also, too, where it's like, what the fuck is wrong with DC that they could never get anyone else on this book? For real? Like, no one else had a Jason Todd pitch?
Yeah, I don't. Was it a case of that, or is it a case like, oh, this is doing like well for us, we don't want to upset the apple cart, sort of thing? If they bring in a new writer, people won't want to read it or anything. It will be interesting now to see like the drop off, or like what is the drop off on that book now? Like, when we inevitably get like a new number one.
Well, what you said actually did happen ever so briefly. James Tynion took over the book and did an arc, and it was the only time I actually bothered reading it. And yeah, he was off, and then Lobdell came right back and stuck with it for like a long time.
It's so strange.
I'm like, how the fuck did this guy get to be so indispensable from this character? I don't get it.
Yeah, it's very strange.
Was it one of those things, too, where, like, Harris and, like, all the people who were protecting him for this long were like, okay, let's just put him in this little corner where he can't hurt anyone and he can't do nothing. We'll just put him over
here. It's not too important to everything else, you know, it's just its own fucking thing.
Yeah, because, like, whenever they would do, like, big meetings and everything, he would never come out on stage. They'd never bring him out in public. Even if the book was doing good, almost like other people were embarrassed of him, as they probably should have been. But yeah, it will be interesting now, because yeah, I might actually start picking up Red Hood for the first time in a decade. Who would you like to see take over the book, Matt, and maybe put it in a new direction?
Well, literally anyone can do that.
For real.
But I would like, I can't remember whether I said this on Twitter or not, but I'd like to see like Jason do something else. Become something else. Get rid of the fucking Red Hood like persona and evolve. Be something else. He's been the same thing for over I don't know how many fucking years. Just evolve.
Oh, yeah. Shit, when Morrison teased him becoming the new Wingman, and I liked the Wingman costume a lot.
Yeah, do something like that.
Do anything else. Hey, you know what he should be? He should be a real advocate against sexual harassment. Whoever writes him next, that should be the first arc. Red Hood going around and fucking up a bunch of sexual harassers in the workplace.
Yeah, bunch of sexual predators and pedophiles and stuff.
Just some guy, like, what is it, with Smarties on a fishing line and everything in a trench coat, and Red Hood comes out in the alley and starts pistol whipping him. No. Well, then he just becomes Rainn Wilson, doesn't he, in that movie?
I also said that now that he's done, we can finally actually maybe get some proper Bizarro stuff, and this new 52 one that for some reason is still around can just fuck off.
That he stuck around and that Lobdell gave up writing him in Bizarro speak like halfway in.
Yeah.
I'm like, how fucking lazy are you that you can't write goddamn Bizarro speak? I wish I could write Bizarro speak. So yeah, there's your Red Hood news, everyone. Also, hello, Kirk. I see him in the chat. Yeah, agreed, Kirk. It might be time to bring back Winnick. You're 100% right. The guy who created the character, did the miniseries, gave him his direction, and has not been seen at DC in a while. That would get me back on board, and I think a lot of other people too. Yeah, get fucking Winnick back.
Yeah, I'm sure he's probably got something for the character.
I'm sure he's chomping at the bit, too, to be like, all right, here's all this stupid stuff we can do away with.
Yeah, get rid of all these other shitty characters around him and just focus on Red Hood. Get rid of the Outlaws.
Is he still in Gotham? I would, literally move him to another city.
I haven't been paying attention to any of that book, so I have no fucking idea.
Yeah, move him to, China or South Korea or, somewhere. Move him to Jamaica. Have him fight crime on an island somewhere.
Oh, that might not look good. A white guy coming to save all the Jamaicans,
Yeah,
that's something Lobdell would do.
It's like Jason gets there, it's like, finally, a fresh start to fight. The optics here are bad. Maybe go somewhere else. Send him to Russia.
Yeah.
He's got Red in his name. There you go.
There you go. You could send him out after like KG Beast for what he did to Dick.
Yeah, there's a story. Why the fuck didn't we tell that story? That's a good story.
Oh, but no, remember King killed KG Beasts, maybe?
Right. He left him in the snow dying. Damn. There's places you could go with the character is all I'm saying. And again, the fact that they left this character in the hands of such a lackluster writer for over a decade like they did. Then you give him to someone like fucking Taylor, and Taylor knocks it out of the goddamn park in Unkillables.
Again, Lobdell wasn't writing the character so much as he was just oh, there's this guy people he's got this, he uses the guns and he's got a leather vest. He was capitalizing on the look, basically.
Yes.
A Boba Fett situation. It's we'll just draw this character like this and people will buy it.
Yeah, I would like that a lot, but we can't spend the whole day talking about Red Hood, even though we would if we could, because Matt and I have lots of feelings apparently. Again, you mentioned Boba Fett, Matt, and that's actually an excellent segue because The Mandalorian will be coming to your comic book page very soon.
Well, not just comic books, art books, novels. There's an actual novel coming out for him very soon. And yeah, this is damn cool. I kind of wish it happened before the show, but I can see why it didn't, because it'd be too spoilery, I think.
And they had to make sure that he was a hit. And now, Din, that's his name, right? I keep calling him The Mandalorian, but I know he actually does have a name.
Yeah.
So now that we know Din is a hit, now that we know the child is a hit, it's time to flesh out their adventures because this is Star Wars, and we need to flesh out every minute of your life from birth to death now.
Yes, every minute. And then every minute of, that person you bumped into in the cantina. He went on to, destroy the Death Star or something. I don't fucking know.
Sure, why not? It's all there.
He was a force-powered droid or something. I don't know.
I mean, shit, this would be a good way, too, to be hey, it's the Mandalorian meets Dr. Aphra. Hey, it's the Mandalorian meets all these other characters we've set up in the new universe.
Yes. And then you could do stories. I think we even talked about this, where I'd like to see stories from, IG-11 and Cara Dune. Cara as, a rebel shock trooper.
Yeah, that would be fun, too. I'd be all about that.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll, again, this would probably be a good opportunity, too, for them to fill in the blanks in between the fall of the Empire and the rise of the First Order and everything.
Yeah.
Which is a very cool time frame. I love, ex-Imperials as, shitty slumlord warlords and everything with their dirty armor.
It's cool.
Yeah, they can't even afford to clean up their armor. There's definitely some cool shit you could do there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so good on this. I'm excited for this, and I guess this will assumedly tie us over until Season 2?
Well, yeah, well, Season 2 comes out in a couple of months. So if those books start coming out in a couple of months, which I don't think they are, I think they're coming out around the time Season 2 is out.
Right. Okay, maybe. Yeah, really? Is it only a couple months?
Yeah, October.
Really?
Man. Yeah.
Wow. And I guess it comes out episodically, too.
Yeah.
Again, we can dust off the old Disney Plus app. It ain't just for Hamilton anymore.
Yeah. Well, that's it. That's the thing. I probably won't use it until then, and unless they decide to drop any of these Marvel shows, which could always happen.
Yeah, that's kind of in a bit of limbo now. It's like, well, some had to be refilmed, some had to be edited. We don't know. Man, when's Lin-Manuel Miranda going to show up in the Star Wars universe? What's he going to play?
I'm sure there's been talks. I'm sure there's been talks.
Oh, 100%.
He's in Star Wars. He's in Rise of Skywalker.
That's right. He needs to play an old jizz whaler down on his luck. Hey, man, I used to pack the cantinas back in the day, man, but they just don't care about the jizz anymore, man.
Yeah,
back when music was
like
music.
no one's business.
Like, literally, that's just a whole, like, 30 minutes of just jizz jokes over and over again. You know, Mando, I can teach you the secret of the jizz. Come back with me to my place. There you go, Din. You're making sweet jizz now. Look, YouTube, you can't demonetize all this jizz talk because I'm only talking about the type of jazz that exists in the Star Wars
it's
universe.
Canon, God damn it.
It's canon, and you can't take it away from us. We will take this jizz to our grave. Oh, good stuff. This is also why Disney won't call us. Well, we got a spec strip, but it was nothing but an episode-long jizz joke. I mean, Lin-Manuel was up for it, is the thing, but, like, we can't put this out. Can't in good conscience. Also, thanks, Super Dandy. I would keep it simple with Ahsoka. Cannibal Field's going to be confused folks who didn't see Clone Wars. Yeah, I'm interested in that, too, now that, you know, Filoni is, I guess, swinging his big creative dick a little bit to get all these extra Rebels and Clone War connective tissues.
Yeah, I could see it confusing people, but I think maybe they'll probably do, like, a quick explanation of who she is and sort of like, if you want to find more, go watch this stuff.
Or if they do their job right, they don't need any explanation. It's just like, hey, here's a cool lady. You know, they did a whole show about her, y'all.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that's how Star Wars used to be, where it's like, hey, this guy who showed up in the background, you know he has, like, 6 comics written about him, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, Walrus Man. Oh, the adventures you've been on.
Oh, Wildrow Hood and his ice cream maker.
Oh, the things we could tell you about Zuckus. That is still to this day one of my favorite Patton Oswalt bits. Oh, the things I could tell you about Zuckus. Oh, you know, Dengar's ship is also a converted Corellian cruiser. Beep. They should just send me to people in hospice care just to tell them about Star Wars so they can die. Just to end this conversation. I mean, shit, I'm a fan, and we've had those conversations, too, where it's like, leave your body, Seymour. Just leave your body. And on that note, everyone, we can actually head to the next piece of news, and that is, hey, Judge Dredd, the Mega City Experience, is opening in London in 2021, and I know that's a confusing headline. Is that a ride? Is that an escape room? Or are they just vowing that London will look like Mega City in the year 2021, which at this rate could very possibly be true?
Yeah, no, that's the thing. Yeah, they've just installed all the judges, and, like, the littlest crime is going to get you sent to the ISO cubes.
Fucking Boris Johnson, man. We knew it was only a matter of time when he's like, I liked this book. Let's do this.
That's the thing. It started out as like a stunt, oh, it's like an escape room thing. And it's like, hey, like this could actually be like a good use of like police funds. Let's actually do this.
Man, it's like Judge Dredd, read the fucking room. Maybe now is not the time for you. Only in London are they like, oi, we're gonna fucking do it now, Mega City 1.
Why not?
Also, this is done at, like, what is it, the Crystal Theater, I guess it's like an event space. I don't really understand what it is.
Yeah, I guess it's like one of those, kind of like Galaxy's Edge or something, where it's like an interactive world, like pop-up world or something. Why Judge Dredd of all places? This is like a miserable world.
For real. Hey, kids, escape the drudgery of your terrible post-apocalyptic dystopian you live in now and go to this fictional dystopia. Boy, at least we don't have it bad as them yet.
Yet.
It's a
trial run. It's just on a small area of the population. If it works, it's going to expand.
It's like the first Purge, where it's like, yeah, well, we got to do a test one, and we got to start taking notes and shit.
Yep.
Also, people are saying the video is chugging a little bit. Sorry about that, everyone. Again, as I mentioned at the top of the show, my internet's a little fucked up. Hopefully, when we re-upload this later, it'll be better.
Yeah, I've got good stream quality, so
that's good. But yeah, I would love to visit Mega City 1 and do the Judge Dredd experience. Not now, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, now it's not a very good time. You go in there and, like, you've got Corona. That's 20 years in the ISO cubes or death.
Yeah, right. Time to take the long walk into, what's it called, the Blighted Earth or the Blasted Earth?
Yeah, the Cursed Earth, yeah.
The Cursed Earth. It's all kind of feeling like the Cursed Earth a lot recently.
Yeah, do you run out of, like, the mega city, like, where it is and just get, like, immediately eaten by cannibals?
They're just Geordies. They're just soccer hooligans. Oh, this ride is so realistic. But yeah, everyone. So also too for 2021, I'm like, oh, that's so brave of you. That's so cute. You think we'll be able to actually go outside still in 2021?
Yeah, no, the hyper-violent meth-addicted alligators are going to get us before then. That's a real thing, by the way.
I know, I saw. And the Florida brain parasites. No, that's also a thing.
Yeah, don't go swimming in warm lakes, people.
Which, man, when they talked about that, where it's like, yeah, we found a new, like, horrifying brain parasite in Florida, I'm like, must fight urge to say that explains a lot. Must fight urge to say that explains a lot.
When I saw that story, I was like, yeah, of course it's Florida. Oh, why not? Why, of course?
To quote a show a lot of people don't like, Big Mouth, I believe Nick Kroll said that Florida, it's America's glory hole. And he was right. And yes, I know we have fans from Florida. Hey, you guys are cool. Trust me, I still want to go to Disneyland at some point. Not now, obviously. Speaking of theme parks, can you believe they fucking opened Disneyland up again now?
Yeah.
Like, I watched a whole video on, like, all the new rules and regulations they have to, like, try and keep people safe and everything. I'm like, that's cool. Thank you for trying to keep people safe. But, like, fuck, why would you go now? Why would you bring your family now?
Yeah, I have no idea what these states in America are doing. It's the same here. Like, all our states are good except for one. One is, like, holding us back, and the whole state is on lockdown, and no other states are letting any people from that state in.
There's one in every family, I guess. I wonder who the Canadian one is, because, like, here in Ontario, we're starting to get it under control. In fact, I think I read an article today that there was, like, we had the lowest number of cases ever just this week, and, like, no one has died in a couple days, so that's actually pretty good, and it looks like we're getting on top of it.
Yeah.
Which is good, but again, it's always like, a second wave, or someone else fucked it up because they had a goddamn 4th of July party or something.
Yeah, had a party, or went out clubbing or something.
God damn it, where it's like, I hate to say you people, but you people. Like, you are the definition of you'll ruin it for the rest of us. I'd actually like to go back to the movies at some point, outside. I'd like to, go get groceries and not have to wipe them down with a bleach wipe when I'm done. I never thought I'd say this. I want to get back to the fucking gym because apparently, I can go as keto as I want, but if I'm not getting any exercise, that doesn't help. For real, though. I did look up a recipe for keto popsicles, though. I think I'm going to do that next.
Nice.
It's like coconut milk, stevia, and some other shit. I actually need popsicle molds, and I guess I need sticks, too. But, I mean, hey, there's something I can do that will keep me inside a little bit longer. I had crazy thoughts of eating out for my birthday. Phrasing, I know. Looks like I'll be sticking in there and playing Ghosts of Tsushima for everyone, which I know I talked about that. I guess that's a Thursday. What is it? The 16th falls. Yeah, the 16th falls on a Thursday that week. But maybe I'll just wait for the 17th, and then that'll be my birthday stream there if everyone wants to come by and say hey.
Nice. Yeah, I gotta play the shit out of that game. I'm trying to finish some games before I do that, just like ticking some off my list before I get into that, because that's just gonna like take up my whole time until like I guess like the next big game's like Avengers. That's still coming out in September, isn't it?
Does it really? I mean, I keep thinking about Cyberpunk in November.
Yeah.
Really, Avengers comes out before Cyberpunk. Interesting.
Yeah. Well, I think it didn't before, but then Cyberpunk kept getting pushed back.
Right, got moved around and everything. Well, again, we know there's going to be some cool co-op shit, so we'll both have to get Avengers and enjoy that.
Absolutely.
And I guess with that, that's the end of the news for this week. And as we said, they didn't really put out any new books this week. Did you have anything to talk about, Matt? Did you have anything you wanted to bring to the people's attention?
Well, we did have that DCeased issue. That
Yes, we did.
Was it Hope at World's End issue 4? 3,
Yes, it was
4?
4.
Yeah.
It was. I just read it before we started, actually.
Yeah, it was a good issue. It introduced 2 of Tom Taylor's Suicide Squad characters who are probably going to die horrible deaths.
Man, I loved that, and I thought the exact same thing. I'm like, oh, you clever boy, bringing in your new original characters here. Does that mean that they're going to live in this book and die in Suicide Squad, or die in Suicide Squad and live here?
Yeah, well, what's really interesting is he only brought 2 of them. There's no word on, like, the other ones. I'm like, oh, so are they all, like, dead? Is this before they ended up joining together, or...
Yeah, what's the timeline here? What's the break-off point?
Yeah, we also get some really cool Superman moments where he tells Damian to become the new Batman.
I really like that. That scene was so good, and the fact that like story is juxtaposed with these Suicide Squad characters. I really think Taylor had written that Damian and Superman scene for the original DCeased, but had to cut it for time, so he put it here.
Yeah. Because this is like all the in between stuff of those issues. Because like Superman's still alive in this, and this is all between DCeased issues. Yeah,
and it all eventually builds up to Damian putting on the Batsuit and becoming the new Batman, and it's really great too, because both like Clark and Damian bond over the mutual fact that they both buried their fathers recently.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Damian even saying that he liked Pa Kent, because how could you not like Pa Kent?
Yeah. I liked him because he was old school and genuine.
That was very... The fact that he said he was genuine, I felt like he was seconds away from going all Holden Caulfield on it, being like, yeah, he was the real deal in a world full of phonies. It's like, you little psycho. Which even Superman says that I didn't think you could fit so much cynicism in a 12-year-old body. Just real fun shit. And then it's like you made even more sad because it's like, oh, because we read the same thing, John will have to bury his father by the time all of this is over too.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm sure we'll get into that in Dead Planet, which starts this week. So yeah.
Yes, it does. Good time. And I guess Hope at World's End is going to keep going because they
haven't.
It's
still got issues. Yeah, I think it's up to 7 issues.
Yeah, because they haven't dealt with this whole anti-life war thing. I'm like, I guess it's going to keep going while Dead Planet keeps going.
Yeah, I always thought that it was going to end in a way that transitions over into Dead Planet.
Same.
But yeah, I guess it's just going to be like a kind of prequel story to it.
I mean, that's cool. I'm enjoying it, and Tom Taylor's writing the fuck out of it, so why not?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Yeah. I guess, too, because, we're not at a full time yet, and that was really the only new book we read this week. Hey, let's do something we haven't done in a little bit. Let's take some questions from the chat.
Take some questions.
How's everyone doing here? We got everyone here. We got the Steel, we got Kim, we got Fooly Cooly God, and Cyborg Soldier, and me Elmo X, and everyone else. How's everyone? Just all the regulars. We got Super Dandy, who we mentioned before. But yeah, if you got any questions, now is the time to talk to me and Matt. You have our undivided attention for the next, let's say, 20, 30 minutes. Because when we're done here, Matt and I got to go watch Stargirl.
Yeah.
Which has been just wonderful.
It's been brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Man, like, I hope people who, like, don't normally watch the CW superhero shows don't not watch this because they think it's in the same ballpark, because it is not. It is its own thing.
Yeah. I haven't been paying attention because I know that the CW stuff was cutting stuff from the episodes. Like, has anyone, like, found out, like, what they were cutting?
Yeah.
Because, like, I was watching it, I'm like, there's not really anything here you could really cut.
I think a lot of it was time, maybe.
Yeah, maybe just shortening scenes or something.
Yeah, just shortening scenes for time. I like in the newest episode with the kid who starts getting jealous that his dad is spending too much time with Stargirl. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, that's fun. And also that he's kind of getting an organic relationship with Courtney's mom. I'm like, that's nice too.
Yeah, I thought that was nice.
Pat Senior asking any games you're looking forward to. Well, we said Avengers and Cyberpunk, and I mean, how can you not?
Yeah, they're like really the only two games that I mean. There's one coming out from Devolver Digital, which I have no idea when it's coming out. It's called Carry On, and it's on Steam. It's like, how can I explain it? You play as the Thing from the movie The Thing, basically.
Ooh,
and you got to like absorb people and survive and all that sort of stuff. It looks really cool.
That sounds very much like something that Devolver would do.
Yeah, yeah.
Cyborg Soldier saying, what DC hero who hasn't gotten an animated movie yet would you like to see, and what story would you adapt?
There has to be a Batman one. He hasn't gotten much recently.
No, I know. It feels like all the main ones have gotten one. Animal Man. Do anything with Animal Man. I think that would make for a really good movie. Adapt his New 52 stuff if it's easier. Shit, just do Coyote Gospel. I know that might be a little too much and a little too mind-bendy, but I want that.
I'd like to see more Green Lantern animated movies.
Yeah, there's definitely... I know they said forever they wanted to do, like, Sinestro Corps War.
Yeah, that would have been great. That would be a great, like, two-parter.
Yeah. Pat Senior also thanking me for doing my Doom Patrol reviews. Yeah, I'm glad I got a chance to do that. I enjoy doing television reviews now and basically kind of diversifying my review portfolio. And yes, people who wanted me to finish My Hero Academia, I'm going to do that soon too at some point. It's the final 4 episodes to make one big video, and it's hard to push through on top of everything else. Hey, Joe and Matt, what would you like? Would you like an Animal Man book by Tom King? Honestly, I'm not going to lie. I think Animal Man is probably more in Tom King's wheelhouse than a lot of other characters.
Absolutely. He's like a sort of disconnected character. He's not someone like Batman who has to like kind of rely on continuity all that much. He's a weirder character as well. Yeah, he has a wife. Yes,
and he loves his wife.
Loves talking about wives.
His wife specifically. What else we got going here? I've been curious about the whole sequel era possibly being retconned out of canon. What do you guys think? That
don't
won't
fucking
happen.
believe that. That's a load of bullshit.
Who
in their right mind would believe that?
That got started on Cosmic Book News. That's such wishful thinking bullshit from people who's like, why are you even thinking that?
The amount of people that believe that as well is just staggering. Like, no, they're not going to get rid of these movies they've just made.
Jaden, favorite Persona game? I played 3 first, like the remake of 3, or the extension to 3, so that one always kind of has a special place in my heart. I still Burn My Dread sometimes.
I've only played half of 5, and I need to go back and play that. That's one of the games I want to try and finish this year.
Yeah. I also, much like you, got right to the end and never finished it. I know what happens, but I got right to the end. Best and worst game you ever play or remember playing from childhood? Man, again, I feel like I should research that one. Do you remember 25 to Life? That was a pretty bad one. I picked that one up because that was like in the era of San Andreas when like everything was trying to be like an open world gangster game. Oh yeah. And it was bad. That might be the worst one I've ever played, where it's like, this feels genuinely unfinished.
Yeah, there was that 50 Cent one where him and his rap crew went and killed terrorists for some reason.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Although apparently the sequel, Blood on the Sands, is actually much more fun than the first one. Chemdog asked there, I guess Immortal Hulk is ending with issue 50. Who would you want to work on the Hulk next? I think we talked about this before, and honestly, I don't think anyone should be on it for a while after.
Yeah. If they do, they have to do it completely different from that. So, like, you've got to make it like a fun action book or something.
Yeah, I think I think Hulk needs to go away long enough for us to miss him.
Yeah. He just needs to be on, like, maybe just bring him back on the Avengers or something, and then that's it.
Yeah. Kirk has a question, too, which is funny. It's like, Kirk, you could write me anytime and I'd answer your question, but sure. Really enjoyed Tom Taylor's out of continuity stories and him writing overall. Who do you feel DC hasn't given him any flagship titles? Yeah, that's really weird, Kirk. Matt and I have been talking about this. I wonder, is it because he's Australian, Matt? Are they prejudiced because he doesn't live or work here?
He's not exclusive to DC.
Also that,
because he's doing Marvel stuff, so that it could be that, but it also it could be because he can't just whip into the DC offices or something. It could just be he's Australian.
I would say it's a combination of that he's not based out of America, and because he's not exclusive, they don't want to trust him with any of the big stuff yet, because he could still fuck off and go work for Marvel if they said, like, oh, hey, bring back X-Men Red, or hey, go write the new X-23 book.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Jaden, ever played the Yakuza games? Yes, almost all of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I'm a big fan of the Yakuza
more
series.
games I want to start is Yakuza Kiwami. I've got Yakuza Kiwami and Yakuza Zero. I think I got Zero, yeah. I got two of them.
I played Yakuza 1 on the PS2 with the bad English dub. And it's one of my favorite bad dubs because Bill Farmer, the man who plays Goofy, plays like a hard-bitten detective, and he swears and says fuck a lot, and he's trying really hard to play against type, but it's really obvious that he's Goofy.
Oh, it'd be even better if there was like a Goofy mode where he did all the dialogue in Goofy's voice.
Oh, Kiryu! The Tojo clan is being broken up again, and they took Max hostage. How's my Goofy, everyone? Rate my Goofy. Do you have my money, Damien? What else do we got going on here? Yes, I would also very much like to see Tom Taylor write a Green Arrow Black Canary book. Just do anything with Green Arrow. I can't believe they took him off the table and no one cares.
Yeah, well, he might be getting stuff soon, so, you know, with Event Leviathan seemingly just not fucking doing anything, so...
Let me ask you this. What was in the box, Matt? What was in the fucking box that was so important?
If that ends up coming back, I swear I'll never say anything bad about Scott Snyder. If that ends up like somehow like being like the Deus Ex Machina in the end of fucking death metal, then fucking hell. Has anyone asked him that? Has anyone asked him like what's in that box?
No, I don't think anyone has asked him.
He's going to be in that DC fandom thing. We got to spam his mentions with that.
Spam the chat. What's in the box? What's in the box?
Because it was obviously something like extremely powerful.
Yes, that was supposed to be like the failsafe for the Justice League until it wasn't.
Yeah. Are we going to find out that that's how they like got into the death metal world? Like that was him opening the box in like the last minute or something?
It was a tear from Dr. Manhattan. I don't fucking know. It was Martian Manhunter's dirty laundry. Oh, sorry, Ollie. I just wanted you to feel important. Sorry. Here's a good one from Cyborg Soldier. Favorite guilty pleasure song?
Well, I don't think I have any of them.
Yeah, I don't have a good taste in music, but I'm very unguilty about my taste. I mean, I guess I'll say after I watched season 2 of Mike Judd's Twisted Tales from the Tour Bus, which is a really great show. Season 1 is all about country music. Season 2 is all about funk music, and like he animates crazy band stories. I will say I have a better respect for country music now than I ever have been before, like Waylon Jennings and shit, where it's like, yeah, man, outlaw country, when country was also kind of rock. Interesting. And they tell like crazy stories where it's like, yeah, and then Waylon Jennings blew up a barn. Why? Because fuck you, that's why. Because he goddamn could. And they were all doing coke and waving guns around and everything. And I think he tried to kill Buddy Holly one time. I was like, oh, I never liked that Buddy Holly guy. I'm gonna run him down. Nah, not today. I'm down with that. I'm down with rock stars behaving badly. Anything else from anyone? Well, you still have our attention. We still got 26 people here, which is pretty good because this show gets a late start sometimes.
Well, we didn't have it in the news thing, but did you hear that rumor that like Superman's going to be leading the Authority?
Oh yeah, from you is where I heard it from.
Yeah, there's like a rumor. I'm not sure where it comes from, but apparently he's going to be leading the Authority like at some point down the line.
See, that sounds like wishful fan thinking because it means that DC would actually be willing to do something with the Authority in the main universe again, which we know ain't fucking happening. That's
the thing. Like, yeah, it's like I don't think that's going to be happening anytime soon. But then at the other side of that, I'm like, I really hope that happens because if you tell the right story with that could be so fucking good.
They could, because it's like they tried with the Authority when the New 52 started. They put Martian Manhunter on the Authority, and I actually thought that was a pretty
that's where that
idea.
sort of like kind of comes into, because remember at the start of Bendis's run, Martian Manhunter was like talking to him like weirdly about, oh, you got to lead the Earth and be the Authority and all that sort of stuff.
Which then again, too, you have to wonder, well, what will that mean for Midnighter and especially Apollo? It's like, but I am the Superman of this team. I'm literally supposed to be you.
See, that's the thing, that you could do like a really cool story about like a team that Superman wants to lead and help, but they're like not interested and won't like bow to him, even though he wouldn't want them to bow to him. They won't toe the line with him, and they'll still like Midnighter still be fucking up people and killing people and whatnot, while Superman's there trying to tell him not to, and he's like, fuck you.
Please don't. I mean, hey, if it gets me more Midnighter, I'm down for that.
Absolutely.
Super Dandy asking, when do you guys think an event jumps the shark? I mean, really, it's an event by event basis. I mean, this is not for everyone, but when time travel gets introduced or clones.
When time travel gets introduced at like the last minute, like it's it's never been mentioned in the story before, and then suddenly, oh, we can now time travel and do all of this stuff that we should have done before that event happened.
Oh, Space Lord also with a correction. That was Stormwatch, not the Authority. You're right.
Yeah, that are basically the same.
Yeah, I mean, the naming conventions and everything. Yeah, that's right. Fair enough. I mean, if Superman was on the Authority, do you think it would just be Authority characters, or do you think he would put some other people on there?
That's what I was wondering too. Would it be Authority in name only?
Yeah. Again, you know what would have been perfect for that? When Lex Luthor was a bad guy, he should have started the Authority, or when he was a good guy and still like half in, half out of the Justice League, he should have started a new version of the Authority. You
could actually spin this out of like the Suicide Squad stuff. Or it's like, we're going to disband the Suicide Squad, and like what you were saying last week, have Floyd lead the team and they become the new Authority.
Ooh, because it's a good name.
Yeah.
Crusader Khan saying, "Sup guys, just back from my new job. What I miss? Not much. We're actually winding down the show because there was no new topics this week. But if you have a question, now's the time to get in there."
Yeah, you missed us talking about aliens and predators and jizz whalers. And...
So, like half this show was just jizz talk. It's going to be a great classic, I can tell, when Stank Sinatra edits up our best of the year for December. Surely many excerpts from this show will be in there.
Filled with jizz.
Just so much of it. No, I didn't hear about that passing, actually, Kim Dog.
Yeah, he passed.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Ooh, Space Lord with a good one here. What do you guys think about the Zatanna movie in development? It could work, because at least it's fucking different than anything else. But how many times can we see a Batman or Superman movie? Time to start giving people different shit. I mean, that, I think, has always been the secret ingredient to Marvel's success. And that is like, okay, you didn't like Thor? Well, here's Doctor Strange. You didn't like that? Here's Black Panther. Everything is different, and there's always something new.
Yeah, everything has a different feel to it and tone to it. Like comic books have different feels and tones to it. It's not all the same throughout.
Yeah, it's the same universe, but it all feels very, very different. Oh, Conan versus Predator is going to be a thing there, Kim Daw, almost certainly.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That's just a given, especially, and they're probably going to draw Conan exactly like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Again, every idea you have, every cool thing you hope they do with the Alien and Predator, they're going to do and charge you $3.99 for it. Black Panther versus the Predator again in Wakanda in the jungle. He's fighting it out with the Predator, right?
I'd actually rather see him fight the alien. Like there's an infestation in Wakanda, and they threaten, and they end up eating the heart-shaped herb, and like they gain the powers and stuff, and
oh no! And then they go to the Panther spirit world and they start eating the ghosts of Panthers past. Again, see, any idea you have is fucking dope. And then they eat a spider person, and now they can shoot webs and swing around. And we do Spider Island 2, but it's Alien Island.
Oh no.
Yeah, really. It only got worse. Ooh, and then someone gets bitten by a radioactive alien, and then they have alien powers now. They can spit acid. A-Spacer, Guardians of the Galaxy was the first one that they teased that the alien would be fighting. Wolverine versus the Predator, again, that's a go-to, which actually that'll be interesting because that'll mean the Predator will have fought, or the alien at least will have fought both Marvel characters and DC characters.
Mm-hmm. And as well as it was kind of like a fun jab at it, but I think in like I think it was either a Predator or an Alien versus Predator book. There's like a wall of trophies, and one of them, or two of them, one of them is Wolverine, and the other one is Cyclops, and then there's like Batman and all these other ones.
Well, Super Danny, I don't know if you can get that Godzilla crossover, but you can definitely have him fight Ultraman.
I want Godzilla to fight Marvel. Or just bring back that what was that kaiju thing? US kaiju or something?
American kaiju.
Yeah, bring him back.
Yeah, that he just shouted patriotic slogans over and over again. And on that note, everyone, I think we can bring the show to a close. Once we've actually unironically brought up American kaiju, I think there's going to be no topping that. That's where the show's got to end. So again, thank you everyone for coming out, hanging out with us, asking questions. Sorry it wasn't as long as it normally was, but again, hey, no one really put out books this week.
No. Next week's a little bit bigger.
Yeah, next week will be bigger and better with blackjack and hookers, and it'll smell like lemon. Because why not? Also, again, be sure to check out Matt on his channel in Fortress of Solitude. I am, as always, over on Cape Joel. Hey, go check Kurt out. Kirk streams, too, and he's also part of the D20 Degenerates over on Capes and Quests, which we will be back again this Thursday, hopefully, over on my own channel, so get ready for that. In fact, I'm putting up a new episode tomorrow, so you'll be getting another extra-long podcast of Capes and Quests, and this might be the funniest one yet. Everyone is just gut-busting. Everyone's on their A game. Oh, it's funny. It's good shit. I promise you're going to like it. So thank you, everyone, for coming out and watching, and be sure to join us again next Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we'll be doing more of the comic multiverse.
Absolutely. Thank you, everyone, for joining us.
Bye-bye.